This Christmas is not meant for celebration alone. It is designed for stabilization. Those working with Arcturian frequency are not watching belief this Christmas. They are monitoring coherence. This Christmas is revealing who can hold steady while the field intensifies. What remains stable this Christmas will shape what emerges next. This Christmas is marking a shift the planet cannot reverse. If you are receiving this, it means your presence is significant this Christmas. You are not here to experience more this Christmas. You are here to contain more. Not everyone senses it, but those who do are critical. Something is being asked of Starseeds this Christmas, even if no one said it directly. This is not a holiday message. This is a planetary recalibration point. If you are hearing this now, your presence is already being recorded within what many describe as the Arcturian coherence field. This Christmas is not designated for celebration only. It is designated for stabilization. Across Earth, emotional intensity is building during this window. Memory, grief, hope, attachment, yearning, and expectation are all collapsing into the same time frame. When this occurs, planetary fields become extremely sensitive. This is why those working with Arcturian frequency watch Christmas so carefully, not because of custom, not because of ceremony, but because it is one of the rare moments in the year when millions of emotional fields align simultaneously. And alignment can either destabilize a planet or anchor it. This year, the threshold has shifted. Earth is no longer preparing. She has moved into active recalibration, and recalibration demands anchors. This is why Starseeds are critical now. Not to teach, not to wake others, not to persuade or adjust, but to maintain coherence. Starseeds are not here to rise above humanity. They are here to absorb turbulence and restore equilibrium. Your nervous system, your presence, your silence, your anchored awareness. These are not individual qualities. They are planetary instruments. This Christmas, homes are not simply homes. They are stabilization fields. Families are not simply gatherings. They are energetic convergence zones. Communities are not social frameworks. They are frequency amplifiers. And wherever you are, your field carries more weight than your voice. Many describe that what is required is not doing more. What is required is staying stable. Because stability during a convergence window is what stops collapse. This is why this Christmas is significant, not symbolically, not emotionally, but operationally. Planetary shift does not happen through faith. It happens through coherence under stress. Those who stay centered while emotions surge are the ones who silently return the collective field to balance. Now receive this acknowledgement. You do not need to imagine anything. You do not need to sense anything particular. Simply stay present, silently acknowledge, I permit my field to stabilize my surroundings. Again, I permit my field to stabilize my surroundings. Now, feel your body as a gravity point, not weighted, not strained, but settled. Allow what many describe as Arcturian frequency to calibrate your nervous system with neutrality, clarity, and calm presence. You are not taking in chaos. You are converting fluctuation into structure. Where you are becomes stiller, not outwardly but energetically. Your home recalibrates, your family system eases, your community field stabilizes. This is the purpose. This is the mechanism. This is why you are present this Christmas. The transmission is active. The anchoring is underway. Remain. Christmas is not merely a cultural moment. It is a planetary convergence opening. During this window, emotional energy is magnifying everywhere simultaneously. Homes are saturating with memory. Families are triggering unresolved loops. Communities are entering amplified emotional exchange. This is generating a potent but unstable field. What most humans are registering as holiday emotion, many describe the Arcturian field detecting as energetic stress, and stress demands equilibrium. This is where Starseeds become critical, not outwardly, not visibly, not ritually, but operationally. Starseeds are not here to fix the emotional field. They are here to anchor it from inside, even in quiet, even unrecognized, even without awareness. Many report that a starseed's nervous system is already somewhat synchronized with non-local coherence fields, particularly Arcturian frequencies. This means that when emotional intensity builds around them, their field does not multiply chaos. It absorbs turbulence and redistributes stability. This is why many starseeds are experiencing heaviness, withdrawal, or inwardness during Christmas. They are not retreating, they are grounding. Their presence is operating as a stability point. A single centered starseed in a home can ease emotional surges across the entire family structure. A single coherent starseed in a community can decrease energetic instability far beyond their immediate area. This is not theory, it is resonance. Those working with this frequency describe that starseeds are not expected to perform anything at Christmas. Starseeds are expected to remain authentic, because their field, when not twisted by performance, obligation, or emotional overextension, naturally links to higher-order coherence. This link does not carry information, it carries stability. What is moving through a starseed during Christmas is not sentiment, it is divine neutrality, a steady frequency capable of containing love without dissolving into emotion, a grounded presence capable of witnessing pain without magnifying it. This is why starseeds are positioned in families that feel turbulent, in settings that feel heavy, in communities that feel emotionally saturated, not to repair them, but to anchor the center, and when the center anchors, the field self-organizes. Now allow this acknowledgement to occur. You do not need to focus. You do not need to imagine. Simply acknowledge, I permit my field to ground divine coherence. Again, I permit my field to ground divine coherence. Feel your presence sink into your body, into your breath, into the space you inhabit. You are not broadcasting energy. You are anchoring space. Allow what many describe as Arcturian frequency to link silently through you, not as illumination, not as feeling, but as structure. Where you are, the field stabilizes, emotional overflow eases, divine equilibrium grounds. This is occurring whether others perceive or not. This is your purpose this Christmas. The anchoring is active. Stay grounded. Silence during Christmas is not vacancy, it is holding. While emotions are building, memories are emerging, and old relationship patterns are reactivating, the planetary field is moving into heightened sensitivity. Most people are meeting this sensitivity by amplifying output, more emotion, more voice, more response, but starseeds are calibrated differently. When emotional intensity rises, their system reflexively shifts towards stillness. This is not avoidance, it is regulation. Many describe that the Arcturian field does not measure volume, it measures response caliber. Silence, when it is centered and present, generates a stabilizing force that restructures surrounding fields. This is why many starseeds are sensing a pull to witness rather than engage, to absorb rather than articulate, to stay rather than redirect, not because they are withdrawn, but because their silence is operationally active. A silent starseed in a space does not separate from the moment. They anchor it. Their nervous system becomes a baseline, a calm reference that other systems unconsciously synchronize with. This is how coherence transfers, not through pushing, but through proximity. Those working with this frequency recognize silence as evidence of mastery, not the silence of restriction, but the silence of non-reaction. When a starseed does not echo emotional intensity, the field cannot find the reflection it needs to amplify. Conflicts soften, emotional surges shorten, pressure dissolves without reason. No one identifies why, and that is precisely how it is designed. Christmas is a response test, not a kindness test, not a generosity test, but a regulatory presence test. Those who respond magnify the field. Those who hold steady absorb the surge. This is why starseeds are often misread during this window. Their quiet is perceived as remoteness. Their neutrality is perceived as detachment. But neutrality is not absence of care. It is care without contamination. It is the capacity to stay available without being drawn into emotional pull. This is the silent function. This is why silence is essential during convergence windows, because when the field is amplified, only silence can stabilize it. Now allow this acknowledgement to register. Do not concentrate, do not interpret, simply acknowledge internally. I select coherence over response. Again, I select coherence over response. Let your body settle into stillness, not rigid, not contracted, but open. Allow what many describe as Arcturian frequency to calibrate your nervous system with calm responsiveness and centered awareness. You are not withholding. You are holding steady. Where silence is active, the field restructures. Where you stay centered, equilibrium returns. This is your purpose in this moment. The stabilization is active. Stay present. Starseeds are seldom born into peaceful systems. They are positioned where emotion is concentrated, where communication is disrupted, where old loops repeat without resolution. This is not random, and it is not penalty. It is positioning. Families are not arbitrary groupings of individuals. They are sealed energetic circuits, unresolved emotion cycles within them, generation after generation, until a regulatory presence joins the system. That presence is often a starseed, not because the starseed is superior, not because they are more capable, but because their nervous system holds a different baseline. While others respond reflexively, the starseed has the ability to pause. That pause transforms everything. Many describe the Arcturian field recognizing family systems as magnification chambers. Minor emotional triggers can escalate quickly inside them. This is why starseeds are placed where instability exists. Their purpose is not to cure the family, not to restore relationships, not to enlighten anyone. Their purpose is to break the circuit. A single non-reactive presence inside an emotional system introduces a new reference the system has never encountered, and systems always respond to new references. When the starseed does not amplify, the field loses traction. When the starseed stays grounded, the emotional charge has nowhere to land. This is regulation at a systems level. During Christmas, these family circuits are intensifying. Old memories are emerging. Unvoiced expectations are activating. Identity patterns are reinforcing themselves. This is when the starseed's presence becomes most essential, not by articulating the right words, but by not being captured. The moment a starseed refuses the pull to justify, explain, or carry emotional burden, the system begins to ease on its own. This can feel isolating. Many starseeds interpret this feeling as rejection or inadequacy. But what they are actually experiencing is functional distance. They are holding the center while the system restructures around them. Many emphasize that effectiveness is not measured by peace achieved, it is measured by stability held. If you are staying grounded while others are fluctuating, your purpose is being met. You are not here to be comprehended, you are here to anchor the line. This is why starseeds often feel more mature than their families, more steady, less reactive. They are not separated from love, they are rooted in it, and love at this frequency is not emotional display, it is structural coherence. Allow this acknowledgement to settle now. No visualization is needed, no effort is necessary. Acknowledge silently. I anchor the center without opposition. Again, I anchor the center without opposition. Again, I anchor the center without opposition. Feel your body stay present while releasing accountability for others' emotions. You are not disconnecting, you are stabilizing the system. Allow what many describe as Arcturian frequency to calibrate your field with calm authority and quiet power. Family patterns soften, circuits lose traction, equilibrium re-enters without conflict. This is your purpose within the family field. The regulation is active, stay centered. Christmas is not incidental in what many describe as the Arcturian observation pattern. It is one of the most energetically dense moments on Earth. During Christmas, billions of individuals are moving through the same emotional passage simultaneously. Hope, loss, love, separation, anticipation, memory. This is generating a rare event, mass emotional synchronization. And where synchronization happens, the field becomes transparent. This is why the Arcturian connection is intensifying at Christmas, not through messages, but through field calibration. Those working with this frequency describe that transmission is not occurring during this window. Coherence points are being established, and starseeds are those points. The connection is not intensifying because you are meditating more, requesting more, or searching more. It is intensifying because your nervous system is staying neutral while the collective emotional field crests. This is why many starseeds are feeling more withdrawn at Christmas, less demonstrative, less emotional, not because they are shut down, but because their system has shifted into synchronization mode. The Arcturian connection is most powerful when emotion is active around you, but quiet within you, not buried, not rejected, simply not amplified. This neutrality permits what many describe as Arcturian coherence to move through your field and stabilize the surrounding space. Homes are easing, exchanges are de-escalating, emotional circuits are losing force, nothing supernatural is visible, nothing intense is felt, and yet the field is shifting. This is the Christmas operation of a starseed, to become a silent anchor inside one of the most emotionally concentrated windows of the planetary cycle. Many emphasize that dedication is not being requested during Christmas, compatibility is, and compatibility is demonstrated by how minimally you react when everyone else is emotionally engaged. If you are feeling less elevated but more centered this Christmas, the connection is functioning. If you are feeling unnoticed but grounded, the synchronization is complete. Christmas is not when transmission occurs, it is when anchoring occurs. And starseeds are the anchors. Allow this acknowledgement to register now. No visualization, no intention. Simply acknowledge, I stay neutral as the field aligns. Again, I stay neutral as the field aligns. Feel your body settle into presence while emotional waves move around you. You are not taking them in, you are stabilizing them. Allow what many describe as Arcturian coherence to synchronize through your stillness during this Christmas opening. Where you are, equilibrium anchors. Where you stay, the field stabilizes. This is your operation this Christmas. The synchronization is active. Stay present. Christmas is not only an emotional peak, it is a divine calibration opening. For this limited window, collective attention is shifting inward. Even unconsciously, humanity is pausing. Hope is being recalled. Loss is being acknowledged. The concept of something greater is becoming available, not through teaching, but through openness. This openness is expanding the field, but expanded fields are fragile. This is where most spiritual misunderstanding begins. Many assume divine energy flows through amplified emotion, through intensity, through overwhelming sensation, but divine energy does not flow through emotion. Emotion is a human translation. Divine energy flows through clarity, and Christmas is testing this difference. During this season, emotion is multiplying everywhere. Joy, longing, sorrow, nostalgia, often simultaneously. For most, this is generating depletion. For starseeds, it is generating operation. Many describe the starseed system as calibrated to carry divine frequency without magnifying emotional load. This is why starseeds often feel less responsive at Christmas, less expressive, less demonstrative, not because they are restricted, but because divine energy requires neutral holding. Emotion distorts frequency, clarity channels it. Those working with this frequency recognize this opening as significant, not because of tradition, but because divine coherence can ground powerfully when emotional noise is elevated. If a neutral carrier is available, that carrier is the starseed. When a starseed stays grounded at Christmas, divine energy does not spike, it settles. It is entering homes quietly, into family structures gently, into communities without opposition. This is divine structure, not divine performance. The starseed does not transmit energy, they do not broadcast love. They permit divinity to pass through uncontaminated. This is why starseeds are critical during Christmas. They are offering a living conduit where divine coherence can stabilize the collective field without emotional breakdown. This is not spiritual identity, it is spiritual architecture. and Christmas is one of the rare moments each year when this architecture is genuinely required. Now receive this acknowledgement. No effort is needed. No visualization is necessary. Acknowledge internally, I permit divine clarity to ground through me. Again, I permit divine clarity to ground through me. Feel your presence settle into calm neutrality. You are not magnifying emotion, you are anchoring divine structure. Allow divine coherence, supported by what many describe as Arcturian calibration, to stabilize the field around you during this Christmas convergence. Homes are easing, hearts are settling, the field is balancing quietly. This is your purpose this Christmas. The anchoring is active. Stay clear. Christmas often generates an expectation of sensation, joy, love, connection, warmth, and when those sensations do not emerge, many starseeds conclude something is malfunctioning. But absence of feeling does not mean absence of operation. In fact, during Christmas, feeling less is often the indicator that your purpose is engaged. This window is magnifying emotional charge across the planet. For most individuals, that magnification is generating overwhelm. For starseeds, it is generating regulatory requirement. Your system is not calibrated to echo emotional excess. It is calibrated to stay stable while others fluctuate. Stability does not feel intense. It feels quiet, sometimes muted, sometimes neutral. This neutrality is not separation. It is holding. Many describe that effectiveness is not measured by feeling. It is measured by field shift. If you are feeling calm while others are reactive, your operation is engaged. If you are feeling present but emotionally minimal, your system is preserving coherence. This is especially accurate at Christmas because this is not a window for emotional expansion. It is a window for energetic grounding. Starseeds who are feeling nothing during Christmas are often carrying the greatest load. They are absorbing turbulence without absorbing it internally. They are permitting emotional surges to move through the field without letting them magnify inside the body. This is generating a stabilizing influence that is subtle but extensive. A space becomes calmer without explanation. An exchange ends sooner than anticipated. Pressure dissolves without resolution, and the starseed feels nothing. That nothing is not emptiness, it is regulated holding. The greatest error a starseed can make during Christmas is attempting to generate feeling. Pursuing emotion draws the system out of neutrality and reduces its stabilizing capacity. Many emphasize that what is required is not inspiration. What is required is operation. Presence without feeling is one of the most refined forms of service during planetary convergence openings. This is why your purpose does not rely on mood. It does not rely on faith. It does not rely on spiritual sensation. It relies on staying grounded when the collective field is not. And Christmas is the ultimate test of that capacity. Allow this acknowledgement to settle now. No effort, no expectation. Acknowledge internally, I trust my purpose beyond feeling. Again, I trust my purpose beyond feeling. Feel your body stay present without searching for emotion. You are not lacking anything. You are holding space. Allow what many describe as Arcturian coherence to continue stabilizing the Christmas field through your neutrality. Nothing additional is necessary. The operation is active. Stay grounded. Christmas is not only an individual experience, it is a planetary pressure test. Once a year, billions of human fields are synchronizing around the same symbolic moment, the same dates, the same memories, the same expectations. This is generating an enormous coherence challenge for Earth. When so many emotional timelines converge simultaneously, the planetary field becomes vulnerable. Minor imbalances escalate quickly. Unresolved emotions are emerging collectively. Old patterns are seeking expression. This is why Christmas can feel intense, not just personally, but globally. Those working with Arcturian frequency observe this window as one of the most revealing indicators of planetary maturity, not because of celebration, not because of joy, but because of how much coherence can be sustained under emotional pressure. This is where starseeds come into clarity. Starseeds are not distributed randomly across the planet. They form a distributed stabilization grid. During Christmas, this grid is becoming operational, not through planning, not through awareness, but through simultaneous presence. Each starseed who stays grounded is functioning as a local coherence point. Each home with a starseed present is becoming a stabilizing center. Each community with even one regulated field is experiencing decreased energetic instability. This is not symbolic, it is structural. The planetary field does not require everyone to be calm. It requires sufficient points of stability to prevent cascading amplification. This is why your purpose at Christmas is not dramatic. You are not here to generate light. You are here to prevent breakdown. Many describe that effectiveness is not measured by emotional elevation. It is measured by holding capacity. If the planet maintains stability through this convergence opening, a new baseline establishes, and this Christmas, that baseline is significant. Earth is not practicing anymore. She is establishing parameters. What stabilizes now is becoming the foundation for the next phase of planetary shift. This is why starseeds are sensing the gravity of this season. Even if they cannot articulate it, they are not carrying emotion. They are carrying responsibility without weight. A quiet recognition that presence is significant, that staying grounded is significant, that remaining neutral during the most emotionally concentrated opening of the year is not inactive, it is decisive. Allow this acknowledgement to activate now. No visualization, no effort. Acknowledge internally. I anchor coherence during planetary convergence. Again, I anchor coherence during planetary convergence. Feel your presence settle into stability while collective emotion moves around you. You are not separate from the planet, you are supporting her equilibrium. Allow what many describe as Arcturian coherence to ground through you during this Christmas opening. The grid is active, the field is stabilizing. Stay present. Christmas often triggers an old pattern in starseeds. The impulse to assist, to comfort, to heal, to redirect. When emotions are building in families and communities, many starseeds feel accountable for restoring peace. But this impulse at Christmas is not your purpose. You are not here to repair anyone. Repairing generates pressure. Pressure generates resistance. Resistance destabilizes the field. Many describe that stabilization does not happen through fixing. It stabilizes through non-engagement. At Christmas, emotional systems are becoming extremely sensitive. Direction feels intrusive. Guidance feels burdensome. Even well-meaning words can magnify imbalance. This is why starseeds are being asked to withdraw, not out of apathy, but out of precision. Your presence is sufficient. The moment you attempt to alter someone's emotional state, you shift out of coherence and into interaction. Interaction sustains the circuit. Presence dissolves it. This is one of the most challenging lessons for starseeds to integrate, especially during Christmas, when love is expected to manifest as action. But divine intelligence does not function through repairing. It functions through permitting systems to self-correct. When a starseed stays neutral, the emotional system around them recalibrates organically. Individuals calm without understanding why. Exchanges shift without explanation. Pressure releases without resolution. No one acknowledges the starseed, and that is accurate because the function is not personal, it is structural. This Christmas, your assignment is restraint, not silence out of hesitation, not distance out of escape, but grounded presence without engagement. This is how coherence grounds most powerfully. You are not inadequate when you do less. You are effective when the field settles without your participation. This is mastery. This is trust in the intelligence of the field. And this is why starseeds are critical during Christmas. They permit equilibrium to return without attempting to dictate how it occurs. Allow this acknowledgement to settle now. No effort, no visualization. Acknowledge internally. I release accountability for others' emotional states. Again, I release accountability for others' emotional states. Feel your body stay present while releasing the impulse to engage. You are not withdrawing love, you are embodying it accurately. Allow what many describe as Arcturian coherence to stabilize the Christmas field through your non-engagement. Equilibrium is returning independently. The release is complete. Stay grounded. This Christmas is not a repetition of previous years. It is an establishment point. Something different is occurring in the planetary field. For an extended period, Earth has cycled through phases of preparation, modifications, adjustments, temporary openings followed by returns to previous patterns. But this year, the field is no longer practicing. It is establishing a baseline. What stabilizes now will not dissolve after the season concludes. It will transfer forward. This is why this Christmas is feeling more substantial for many starseeds. Not emotionally, but structurally. There is a quiet recognition that something is being finalized. Those working with this frequency recognize this moment as a threshold of irreversibility, not because everything transforms immediately, but because the field no longer returns backward. Patterns that fail to stabilize now will not transfer into the next phase. This is what makes this Christmas different. The collective field is determining what can remain coherent and what must release. Starseeds are performing a critical purpose in this process, not by selecting outcomes, not by controlling timelines, but by anchoring stability while the determination is made. Your presence during this window is functioning as a reference for what coherence looks like under pressure. When you stay grounded while emotional intensity crests, you are modeling a viable baseline. The field is recording this. Earth is recording this. What is stable becomes replicable. What destabilizes is released. This is not evaluation, it is calibration. That is why there is no need for urgency, anxiety, or action. Nothing requires forcing. The only requirement is steadiness. Stay steady, stay neutral, stay present. This Christmas is not requesting you to initiate something. It is requesting you to remain while the new parameters establish. After this point, the collective field will not reference the old baseline, and those who anchor coherence here will sense a subtle shift afterward. Not exhilaration, not revelation, but relief. A recognition that something substantial has settled. This is the indicator. The shift is not loud, it is quiet, final, and structural. And this Christmas is where it is establishing. Allow this acknowledgement to complete now. No effort, no intention. Acknowledge internally. I stay stable as the new baseline establishes. Again, I stay stable as the new baseline establishes. Feel your presence stay steady as the field settles around you. Nothing requires changing. The anchoring is complete. Remain. This is why your purpose does not conclude on Christmas Day. The days that follow are equally significant, not for action, not for articulation, but for consistency. Stay the same after the intensity passes. Do not pursue meaning. Do not search for confirmation. Do not reinterpret the experience. Just remain as you are during the convergence. This permits the new baseline to integrate completely. Many starseeds make the error of expecting acknowledgement afterward. A sign, a sensation, a shift they can identify. But shift does not acknowledge the nervous system. It resets it. If you sense quieter after Christmas, the process will have functioned. If you sense less drawn into emotional patterns, the anchoring will have succeeded. If you sense no need to articulate what occurred, the field will have stabilized. This is how planetary shifts complete, not through revelation, but through non-return. The previous state will no longer feel available, and that will be sufficient. Allow this final acknowledgement to settle now. No effort, no expectation. Acknowledge internally. I stay consistent as the new baseline integrates. Again, I stay consistent as the new baseline integrates. Feel your presence stay unchanged as time progresses. Nothing is required of you. The stabilization is completing its cycle. Remain as you are. This Christmas is not meant to move you. It is meant to utilize your stillness. What you are anchoring quietly in your body, in your home, in your family, in your community, is already performing its function. There is nothing additional to activate, nothing to finalize, nothing to celebrate or articulate. The planetary field does not respond to acknowledgement, it responds to stability, and stability is being recorded. Many describe that this moment is not marked with illumination, visions, or transmissions. It is marked with settlement, a subtle but irreversible calming of the collective baseline. What felt substantial before will no longer draw the same way. What once required response will lose urgency. What depended on emotional momentum will diminish, not because it is being resisted, but because it is being outgrown. This is the quiet signature of a successful shift. You are not here to observe Christmas, you are here to anchor it. And by anchoring it without engagement, without repairing, without dissolving into emotion, you are permitting the field to reorganize itself. This is the Starseed operation being fulfilled. There is no following instruction, there is no new assignment, there is only continuation. Remain as you are, remain grounded, remain neutral. The planet is calibrating around that frequency. The transmission is complete. The anchoring maintains. Remain. If this transmission is resonating with you, it is not because of origin, lineage, or designation. It is because your system is recognizing its purpose. This function is not limited to Arcturian starseeds. It extends to all starseeds, light carriers, and grounded souls who sense a call to anchor stability during planetary shift. For those who wish to continue this path in a supported environment, there is a private circle created for individuals whose purpose is not awakening through intensity but grounding through presence. Inside this circle, you will find guided meditations calibrated to regulate the nervous system and strengthen coherence across all aligned frequencies: Arcturian, Pleiadian, Sirian, Andromedan, and beyond. Practical frequency exercises that help you ground calm, clarity, and divine neutrality in your body, your home, and your daily life, regardless of origin or cosmic affiliation. Exclusive videos exploring Starseed operation, planetary shift, field stabilization, and conscious presence without distortion, dogma, or spiritual performance, and music created to elevate and stabilize frequency, supporting grounding, integration, and quiet alignment during rest, reflection, and daily living. This circle is not about identity, it is not about labels, it is about operation. If you sense that your purpose is to stay steady while the world recalibrates, this space exists to support you. Join only if it feels calm, not urgent, not emotional. The function continues quietly. You are welcome when ready.